There's a lot of things I can't help you with, but I'm going to help tell you about maybe who can. Hey, I'm Father Mark Mary with Franciscan Friars of the Renewal, and this is Ascension Presents. This video is about Catholic resources that are out there to help those who have experienced or are experiencing particular difficulties. The first ministry that I'd like to talk about a little bit, it's called Redbird Ministries. And their ministry is specifically for those, it's a ministry towards those parents who have experienced the trauma of losing a child. And this is losing a child in the womb through miscarriage. So it has a ministry for those who have experienced and suffered miscarriage. Also those who have lost children when they were kids or later on in life. Like it's just the full spectrum of parents who have lost their children. And it's led by parents of loss who've experienced this and suffered this and have worked through it and are continuing to work through it with the Lord. And as many of us know, just so many people are suffering from miscarriage and we just don't really have a culture that's great at how to respond to it. But there is help and there is resources. And particularly I would just encourage you to, if you want to learn more, to look at Redbird Ministries. We did a little something with them to get some formation for our seminarians, and I know the team personally, and they're just really good and beautiful people, and there to provide a much needed service to those who have experienced kind of one of the highest levels of pain and suffering. A second ministry or ministries that I'd like to talk about are Courage and Encourage. One of the years in seminary, I did a year-long internship with Courage, and I got to kind of know them from the inside out. Courage is, I would say, the leading Catholic ministry towards those who experience same-sex attraction. They have different chapters in different places and groups of men or women who get together, and they make this journey together. And it's towards living authentic friendship and authentic relationship with the Lord, and authentic purity and chastity according to the teaching of the Church, and just this understanding that it's not easy, and it's also not something that you're made to do alone. Also, they're just a helpful resource for all sorts of other things. And so if you have any questions about it, you can just check out Courage. Another work of Courage is called Encourage. And Encourage is a ministry towards family members of those who experience same-sex attraction, or also those who experience sort of confusion about their identity, might experience like a gender dysmorphia. Because it's just complicated, and there's just a lot of questions about what do I do? How do I do it? So if you are in that situation where it can be a friend, it can be a family member who's experiencing same-sex attraction, who's experiencing gender dysmorphia, and you just really want some help so that you can love them as well as possible. And I just encourage you to check out Courage. The third ministry that I want to kind of let everybody know about, it's called Rachel's Vineyard. And Rachel's Vineyard is a ministry towards those who have suffered abortion, those who have had abortions and knowingly or not, kind of are dealing with the fallout of that. They have retreats. They have in-person sort of confidential retreats, and I believe they have some for the mothers. They have them for fathers. They have also for siblings who've lost a brother or sister through abortion. It's a really beautiful and profound ministry that helps those who are suffering from this just to know how to process it, to come to the right relationship with the Lord, to have a place to take their grief, their sorrow, their pain, and to have it again in a safe place, in a communal place of those who have experienced the same suffering and come to some degree of healing in it. So Rachel's Vineyard, you can check that out. The last one for today is the John Paul II Healing Center. John Paul II Healing Center, if you will, kind of the guy at the front of it is Dr. Bob Schutz. He's the author of a number of books. One of the most popular ones would be Healed. Healing from life, healing from the things that have happened. It's a great resource. They have workshops, they have retreats. Sister Miriam, who many of you know, has been very involved with it, because people have just suffered so much trauma, so much difficulty. And I think we need to remember that there is hope and there is healing. And kind of related to that, which I think is a massive resource, I'm so grateful that it exists, is the Restore the Glory podcast. Dr. Bob Schutz and Jake Kim, who's also in like a professional mental health space. We live in a difficult and sort of fractured and just suffering society, and the effects of that are real. And so people coming through it are just kind of beat up and hurt and needing to process and to learn and to heal. And it's just this great resource for kind of to dip your toes in the water, to begin to learn about the roots of the problem and how to heal towards mother or father or things that are happening. And it's out there and it's free, and it's just a great place to kind of begin the journey. So the Restore the Glory podcast is a really great for those of us who are on the journey in our own sort of mental health growing. And as people come to you, this is a great resource that you can lead them to with almost no barrier to entry. Right? It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to find a psychologist, psychiatrist. You don't have to do a sort of the vetting. These are just sort of solid folks, and it's immediately available wherever you listen to podcasts. My hope is this, is like, I realize there's a lot of other ministries out there that are really helpful that may not be known. And so, if you've experienced some sort of like great healing, encouragement through a particular ministry, if you want to just go ahead and maybe put that in the comments as a place to sort of share, I think that can just be really helpful and just an ongoing sort of resource for folks as life happens. And thank you to all of you who are out there doing the Lord's work. And also just, a lot of what I talked about is dealing with people, just dealing with sort of difficult situations, some of them the most difficult of situations, and know of the Lord's love for you and my care for you, my investment in you, and my prayer for you as well. Remember, we are pilgrims on this earth, somos peregrinos, little by little, poco a poco. We're going to make it. Vamos a llegar. All right, take care.